This is the world's largest Godzilla Funko Pop, and in today's video, we're gonna see that and so much more. So strap in, my fellow travelers, because today we're gonna explore the Funko Pop headquarters. Not only will we see thousands of bobbleheads, but I'll also get to make my very own Funko Pop, as well as get some exclusive footage of just how Funko Pops are made here. So strap in, adventurers, and come with me as I explore the Funko Pop headquarters. So like, subscribe, and let's get this video started.
Well, we're here in Bellingham, Washington, and today we're gonna hop on a train and we're about to go to the Funko Pop headquarters. I've never been there before, but we're about to hit the rail, so let's go make our way to our train. Also, who the heck left this stuff here? What in tarnation? It's just abandoned here. I don't know who left this here, but whatever. Let's go to the train.
And just like that, we're on our way, headed into the train station, ready for this small adventure to the Funko Pop headquarters. Before I know it, we make our way through some beautiful scenery. This is actually my first time going on the Amtrak Cascade. It's actually pretty unique compared to other Amtrak trains that I've been on. However, they do have a snack car, so of course I get myself some coffee. And in just a little over an hour, we finally make our way into Everett, Washington. This station is definitely above average, and I stay just long enough to see the train head out from the station.
But we made it off the train. I got some coffee while I was on the train, so I'm fully refreshed, and we're now here in Everett, Washington. Never been here before, but I do know that the Funko Pop headquarters is somewhere in the city, so I'm just gonna start headed in this direction, and yeah. Already our first issue, a lot of hills. I do not like walking up hills. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. There's no crosswalk. Oh my gosh, it's so many hills. I think we found it. Well, we officially made it to the Funko headquarters. Let's go check it out. It only took me like 10 minutes of walking uphill the entire time, but we made it, so let's go inside, check it out. Like a display shelf out here, the Funkotron. This is where they make the Funko Pops. Look at that. What in tarnation? Alright, enough of looking at the outside. Let's go into the inside, see what it's like. Oh, wait, I'm lazy. Yes, sir.
And just like that, we make our way into the Funko Pop headquarters. And unfortunately, they're blasting copyrighted music around the entire store, so I can't use most of the clips of me talking to the camera, unfortunately. Nonetheless, I'm still gonna give you guys a tour of the Funko Pop headquarters. So let's look around. Right as I make my way into the store, I'm greeted by this anime section. Now, I don't watch much anime because I'm lazy and hate reading subtitles. However, I still enjoy that all these Funko Pops are encased in these giant buildings, setting the scene for this massive Godzilla figure. And I really enjoy how they make this entire section look like a tiny city for Godzilla to rampage through. All the lighting and tall buildings really help set the scene. However, these buildings then lead us to the next section of the headquarters, Fun Mart. This is kind of like a Funko themed supermarket. They have tons of food themed Funko Pops and even Grimace, also known as the king of McDonald's. This section has tons of video game themed merchandise, as well as this refrigerator area with a ton of Funko Pops inside. And now that we've seen everything in here, it's time to head out. I'll take one Funko Pop, please. Alright, that was stupid. Let's go to the next section. I then make my way past this Bigfoot Funko Pop, which is an exclusive figure here. And I then make my way into the wizarding world of Harry Potter. Ooh! Let's slither in and see what's inside. And as you can tell, they did a very good job with theming this place. It almost feels like a theme park attraction. They even have a cute little Dobby figure. And right next to him, they have some random bald dude holding a wand. And over to the right, you can actually see Dumbledore creepily watching Harry Potter, Hermione, and Ron Weasley. And now that we're done looking at the Harry Potter section, things are gonna get dangerous as we make our way into the streets of Gotham. Right away, we run into Batman aura farming the entrance. And right behind it, we can see the Arkham Asylum, hosting some of Batman's enemies, Clown Boy and Lizard Man. And before I know it, we make our way into the Bat Cave. And I must say, the lighting here is incredible. Right after making my way inside, I'm greeted by the Bat Radar. And like any sane person, I immediately start pressing all the buttons. I then look over and see Robin sliding down the Bat Pole of Justice. I then look over and see Batgirl, and of course start pressing even more buttons. And while inside the Batcave, I of course get to see the Batmobile. And now that I've seen all of the Batcave, it's time to go see the next portion of the Funko headquarters. So let's go head over to the most magical part, the Disney Princess section. Right off the bat, we get to meet a ton of Disney princesses, as well as some smaller Disney figures hidden about within this nice cottage theming. I then make my way through the giant Disney castle without paying hundreds of dollars to visit the Disney parks. What a great deal. And on the other side of the castle, there are a ton of Disney villains. Now that we've seen that, it's time to make our way into the Marvel section. After being greeted by Thor, we're able to see a ton of other Marvel characters, including Deadpool, with tons of merchandise from the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. And right next to all this Deadpool merchandise, we even get to see the creator of Marvel, Stan Lee. And right behind him are a ton of comic books. And sitting right above this comic book shack is the one and only Captain America. We also get to see other superhero figures, the most impressive being Hulk versus the Hulkbuster. And just the grand scale of these giant figures alone is really impressive. And right next to them, we even get to see Spider-Man fighting the Green Goobler. Now that we've seen everything in the Marvel section, let's go visit the Star Wars section. Right as we go inside, we're greeted by this scene from the Star Wars movies. And right outside of this cave with Luke Skywalker, we can see another scene. In this area, there's a ton of snowtroopers as well as even Darth Vader. Overall, this is a pretty great section. And now that we've seen every section here in the Funko headquarters, we can finally make our way to the main attraction, because this is the Make Your Own Funko station. When it comes to the Funko headquarters, this is the #1 reason to visit, because on this display panel, you're actually able to customize your very own Funko Pop. When doing research for this place, I knew that I had to do this attraction. So I took my time going through every single option, trying to make the perfect Funko Pop that looked just like me. They had a ton of body types as well as a ton of different clothing to choose from, including this Stranger Things shirt. Anyway, eventually it was time to pick the pants. I chose these ones because they had brown shoes, which is what I like to wear. I was even able to choose some accessories for my Funko Pop, so I chose a camera because I like making videos, and I even chose a backpack since I am a tourist. And before I knew it, my Funko Pop looked really good. I chose red, white, and blue theming since I love America. And now that my Funko Pop was ordered, I got kind of curious as to how they actually made the Funko Pop, so I gave my camera to one of the workers there, and she actually agreed to record the entire process. First, she uses this receipt and gathers all the items that I picked out. And of course, a lot of those items happen to be located in the back, so I got some exclusive footage of this behind the scenes area here in the Funko Pop headquarters. And the process to make the Funko Pops is actually pretty straightforward, it seems. All she has to do is go grab all the items that I ordered and place every single item into this green basket. She even grabs the camera and the backpack that I ordered. And now that she's grabbed all the items that she needs, she takes the basket full of pieces over to a laptop so she can perform the final part of this process. So this is where she prints out the custom name that I chose, Dylan the Tourist. And now that she has all the pieces she needs, she starts to construct the final Funko figure. And just like that, my Funko Pop is fully constructed. And while she goes to grab a box to put it in, she also gets some close-up footage of the employee-only area. This was super nice of her, as I was really hoping to get some footage of this conveyor belt. Also, a very big thank you to the worker that actually got all this footage for me. Not only did she take videos of the conveyor belt, but she also got some video of this Funko robot, as well as some footage of this overhead moving gondola system. And there's a lot of stuff back here that people wouldn't be able to see without this footage. With that said, before I knew it, she was able to grab a box, put my custom sticker on it, put my Funko Pop inside, and waboom! I now have my very own Dylan the Tourist Funko Pop. This thing cost me $40, and overall, I would say it is worth it. So if you ever come to the Funko Pop headquarters, definitely consider getting one of your own. And on my way out, I also spotted these Funko Bigfoot t-shirts and hoodies, which you can only find at this location, seeing as this is the Pacific Northwest. So of course I decided to pick up one of these t-shirts that you can only get here, and with that I was on my way.
And that was the Funko building. We ended up getting two things, so let me put down my camera and I'll show you guys what I got. Alrighty, so the first thing we got is we got this custom pop. Make Your Own Pop was really cool. Here it is. Dylan the Tourist on it. This is $40. I'd say it's definitely worth it. I think it's pretty cool, and I have enough room inside my bag to put it in there, so that's good. The other thing I got, this shirt, Pacific Northwest. Loving the Pacific Northwest, so decided to get the shirt. And that's pretty much everything that we got here at the Funko headquarters. We also got exclusive footage of how they make the Funko Pops. That was really nice of the worker to make that video for me. Anyway, that's everything here. I have a bus to go catch. Headed to Seattle now. Kind of on a little weekend trip, just enjoying traveling while I still can. Anyway, that's pretty much everything. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and with this said, I'll see you guys later. Later, adventures.
And with that, I head off to continue my adventure. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. But if you don't feel like doing that, at the very least, consider going on an adventure of your own. You might just end up having a good time. Anyway, that's it. Later, adventures.